I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
The movie that's fresh and hot with high energy, dancing to the beat with a scratch mix sound that comes from the street. This movie is unique. Don't be mistaken, you got to see Breakin. Breakin, rated PG, starts Friday, May 4th. Check local listing.
Hey, this is Matt once again. What about another review? And this is another paid request, one of two, thanks to my good friend Efree. If anyone was ever interested in requesting any type of topics, lists, reactions, reviews, re-reviews, pretty much any type of video, you can send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now this is for the film Breakin. And sadly, one of the main stars, Shabba-Doo, he passed away a few days ago. At least by the time we're recording this, a few days ago. Which is too bad. Very much too bad. Now granted, this is the first time I've seen Breakin, to be fair. I've heard of the Breakin films, I've seen clips of them, but I never actually sat down and watched them. So now, with Breakin, and next will be Breakin 2, Electric Boogaloo, sitting down and watching, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed Breakin. It's a film of its time, very much so. It was produced by the Cannon Films, Menahem Golan and Globus, and it's definitely a very colorful film with the outfits people wear, and it's one of those movies that when you watch this or the sequel, it depends what are you trying to get out of the film. What I thought going into this film is a lot of dancing, well done dancing, a big like cartoonish 80s vibe, and some fun music, and that's what I got for like 80 some minutes. And while you're not going into it for the acting or any bits of drama and a story, you're going into it for the fun 80s vibe to it, and it does that and then some. Because Shabba-Doo and Boogaloo Shrimp, these two guys who are street dancers, break dancers, and they do that very, very well. The pop lock in and how they move their arms and feet, like they're very graceful in their dancing. It's a different kind of dancing, but very graceful in it. And the story is they meet up with this girl Kelly, who is a young dancer in training under this instructor. That girl is played by Lucinda Dickey, who would be in films like Ninja 3, The Domination. And they meet up. At one point, Shabadoo and Boogaloo Shrimp, they're doing this dance battle. They lose because the other team has a third person, a girl. So Lucinda Dickey's like, hey, what about me? I could be the third person and a girl. They train her. They beat the dance battle in the rematch. Then, hey, let's give you an audience with these guys, including Christopher McDonald, Shooter McGavin from Happy Gilmore himself, who's a talent agent. And ultimately they do, and they tear the house down. So like I said, there's not a whole lot of drama if you're going in for that. I don't know why you would in a film called Breakin, but I'm just saying it's really not much to the story or drama. It's just enjoying the film because of the personalities. Shabadoo and Boogaloo Shrimp, I wouldn't call them great in the acting department, but they did fine for what they had to do. But they're definitely more of the shining personalities in their dancing. And like I said, the way they interact with each other, and even with Lucinda Dickey, is fine. One fun bit is about 7 minutes in. There's a certain guy you don't recognize. A certain guy you don't recognize in the background in Breakin. Van Damme in a one piece doing pretty much when Lucinda Dickey first meets these guys out on the street, and there's a crowd around Shabadoo and Boogaloo, and again you see a guy wearing almost the same outfit that he would later wear in Lionheart in the pool fight scene. And you have Van Damme, Jean-Claude Van Damme, dancing. And that's because he wanted to get in the business, so he was an extra. And, of course, later on, another Cannon Films production, Bloodsport. And then Cyborg. So it's funny when you watch this again. Most people, if you watch it, if you see it, me watching I knew of this clip, though. As just, Van Damme getting ready for his dancing in fucking Kickboxer. So that was funny. Now, our characters' names, Shabadoo is nicknamed Ozone, his character, and Boogaloo Shrimp, his nickname is Turbo. And then they have Lucinda Dickey's character, a nickname is Special K. And a lot of it is like the dancing with the colorful clothes, very, very 80s, either headbands or an earring on the left ear with like a feather on it, and there's just like a cartoon threw up. A kaleidoscope just threw up. It's fun to watch, being a fan of the 80s aesthetic, where it was just more vibrant and more out there and more fuck it, let's do it, and just more of that, which I think why so many movies now want to fucking copy that shit, but a copy is still a copy, not the real thing. And then funny enough, Ice-T is in the film, which I did not know that Ice-T was in it, because he does this thing where during these couple dance battles, he's doing the music, he's being the DJ, and I guess he's somewhere later down the line, he said, these films, they're whack. I guess Ice-T's not really a fan of these films because they're not the real street cred boys in the hood, that type of stuff. What's that supposed to be? It's supposed to be more of a fun, yes, it's more colorful and more of, no, this is not how it is on the streets. Okay, I can understand that, but it's more of just a fun culture that's trying to parlay to the screen, and get this, it's like, get the stick out of your ass, it's just meant for fun. And the dance scenes are well done, the pop locking, and like I said, the energy. The film had a good energy to it. It went at a good pace. It wasn't too long until another piece of fun music and more of this graceful dancing really got onto the screen. Now, like I said, are they great actors? No. There's a moment where Shabba-Doo is talking with Lucinda Ditti and says, "You're Miss Perfect. Well, you don't know how I feel or what I do or why I do what I do." I'm like, okay, dramatic points are not their specialty. But whether it's Boogaloo Shrimp dancing while he's sweeping and the way how graceful his moves are, or during the two dance battles in the club with Icy as the DJ, and then the rematch with Lucinda Dickey did in her turn to shine. Very good at the cartwheels and flips. Commend her on that. And then in the finale, when they're in these top hats and suits to try to get into this trial, but then they take the stuff off, and the judges are, I'm not sure at first, but then they start having fun and tear the house down. It's a movie it's a great reflection of what the 80s were. Like, if you want a list of films that showcases what the 80s were, this is a good film to utilize that. With the music, the outrageousness, the uniqueness compared to a film of 10 years before, 10 years after this. And while there's really nothing to talk about story-wise, like I said at the beginning, what do you want out of a dance movie? You hope the dancings and the music is worth a shit, and on both counts, it succeeds on that level. And even the end of the film, where there's like a freeze frame, and then it's like a remix of the film, while this guy's talking, and like editing the scenes, not quite to the lyrics, but it is like a remix of the film, as this guy's talking about, so when you see them try, stop and watch it, don't pass them by. This story is through, but wait till part 2. And that's, I to the fun, energetic vibe of the movie. It's an infectious, fun vibe. I think that's why these have a cult following, because you go in and it makes you smile and it makes you groove to it, and it's not meant to be taken that fucking seriously, and you're just enjoying how colorful it is and how energetic the vibe and the music is and how graceful and articulate the dancing is, and they knew how to do that. They were experts on that, the breakdancing front. That to forgive the little off moments of acting. And again, what it does right is it doesn't have long sections of 20, 30 minutes of no dancing, no music, none of this. Just, the movie itself knew that wasn't its strong point. It knew its strong point was Shabba-Doo, Bolero, Shrimp, and Lucinda Ditti. They had a decent chemistry with each other. All three of them. They worked well together for what they were supposed to do. And having montages of like training her in front of a mirror, or trying to get her to get these steps down, and like, oh my god, this girl's, and her getting better and better, like these montages. It knew its strengths and played to them. And like I said, that's one of the reasons why I think a film like this does succeed in that manner. And so, if you like catchy music, plentiful, well done, well choreographed dance scenes, and people having fun in this 80s colorful style pop locking jamboree, it's a film worth a watch. And last but not least, rest in peace to Mr. Shabba-Doo, who technically you would say is the star of this movie, and sadly that he passed away. I know they did one of those things on Zoom, like where the whole cast of Breakin got together. I think they did one for the sequel as well. I forget what this Breakin Get Together. It's on YouTube, but you can find it there. And yeah, it's too bad though that guy didn't seem that old. And it's just weird. You're watching a film, it's like, wow, that guy's not around anymore. I know it's a stupid thing to think, but it's like, it's too bad. Rest in peace, Mr. Shabadoo. You were really good at what you did. And with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And now this story is through. Now it's on to Electric Boogaloo.